selling a service that benefits all mankind. Because here's the thing, corporations, banks, they have a large portion of their assets in life insurance. Listen, there's a reason why I literally don't mind buying my friends. I'm going to buy my friends, and I'm going to buy my networks. Man, your mindset should be securing the bag, keeping the bag, leveraging the bag. What we gonna, like, how do I carry this bag?
I carry it.
Who all get access to the bag? Listen, it's a lot with this bag, okay? Is it okay if I tell a secret?
Welcome to the Come Join the High Life podcast, home of the hustlers, the innovators, the gifted, and the honorable, where we stay high on love, high on impact, high on faith, and high on energy. So if that sounds like you or what you represent, you're definitely in the right place. Welcome to the Come Join the High Life podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of Come Join the High Life podcast. My name is Tramika, and y'all, I am excited for today. First and foremost, my week has just been amazing, very productive. And in the book club, we're currently reading The Magic of Thinking Big. So if you do not have that book, that is just a wonderful book, and we're just beginning. So if you're looking to think big, make sure that you go and you get The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz, okay? So on today's episode, we have a very, very special guest. I am super excited. When I tell you, this entrepreneur, this lady, she is just full of knowledge. One thing that I love about her, first and foremost, is that we're actually in the same industry, in the financial service industry. And so we're going to be talking, we're going to get into the juices, y'all, today when it comes to retirement and how you can secure the bag. So with no further ado, I want to bring up my lady, Miss Shakey Webster. How you doing?
Hey, I am wonderful. I'm so happy to be here. Listen, we gonna cook it up today.
Yes, we are. Absolutely. So please tell the audience who you are, what you do, and yes.
Yeah, so my name is Shakey Webster, but I'm affectionately known as Auntie Shakey. I am the financial matchmaker, and I help people find their perfect sir through stocks, insurance, and real estate. I have been a financial strategist now for almost 15 years now, and I love taking people where they are right now today to where they want to go.
Yes, you know what? I love that. Taking people where they are today to where they want to go. And so, like, what got you into, the financial service industry? What got you into being the financial matchmaker?
Yeah. there's how throughout life, and I know that you've read The Alchemist, and throughout life you come across different things in your life that are like kind of like it's alchemy, right? This is what you should be doing. And so one of those pivotal moments for me was when once my mother went to the grocery store one day, and she met a lady at the grocery store that came up to her and said, "Hey, I have an offer for you that I would like to present to your family, and it's really good. I think you should give me give me your ear, give me your time for at least an hour." My mother said, "Okay," and let the lady come in. She was selling life insurance. Okay. And so my mother the lady sold policies to the four of us, me, my brother, my mother and father. Okay. Well, my mother felt great. And the whole time I'm crying, right? Because why are we talking about death? I'm in my 20s, but I'm still like, I have to think about the thought of my parents passing away, right? Well, thinking about my parents passing away was was the most immediate thing, but nobody thought that a year later my brother was going to be killed. And my parents were actually going to be cashing in that policy on their youngest child, their baby boy. And so that right there was like, whoa, look at what the impact that it had on my family, because my parents typically, the other people in the neighborhood, if they had loved ones pass away, if their loved one passed away on a Monday and they buried them on Friday, they were back at work on Monday.
That's right.
Just because they either didn't have life insurance, they were underinsured, whatever the case may be, right? But my parents, they actually were able to take that money. They moved to Las Vegas, bought a house in Las Vegas. My father didn't go back to work till the summer. You know what I'm saying? They had options. And so I said, oh, well, I want a life of options. I got to be able to have that freedom. And I understood at that time that money allows you to have more options. So that was one of those times. And then the other time was just, my father was, he retired from the phone company, and he retired from the phone company very well off. And he asked me, did I want to travel the country with him and learn how to day trade? I was like, hey, yeah. And so, and so I would see all of these wealthy people in the front of these stages and stuff like that, and they understood money. And I said, okay, there's power in understanding money. So those were kind of two of the pivotal things in my life that said, I got to get into financial services.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know what, you having a very close event, you know, to you, where your brother ended up getting killed, and now your family experiencing the way that life insurance works is very powerful. And you know, what if that lady did not stop you all in the store when y'all were grocery shopping? Because how many times have you know, tried to speak to someone and they turned down the conversation? Right. Yep. Whether it doesn't matter where you are, but they're just not open, especially salespeople coming up to you, not open to the conversation at all. And she ended up protecting the family, where it just changed the whole perspective, you know, of you guys' mindset when it came to the financial service industry. So that's just, that's a blessing right there.
Yeah. And isn't it also interesting too, because this could even be for any of the producers that are watching this right now, like, that woman being so bold inside of the grocery store, even coming up to my mother, changed her life. She changed my life. Because if I didn't see that, I don't know what type of person I would be today. You know what I'm saying? So you just don't know that you keeping your mouth closed to something that you know you have that helps people. We ain't selling crack. And I ain't selling myself either. You know what I'm saying? I'm selling a service that benefits all mankind. Because here's the thing. And you know, maybe I don't know, maybe I'm spilling a secret. Is it okay if I tell a secret that maybe everybody will? Okay.
I'm sure people like secrets.
Okay.
Hey you guys, it's your lady Tramika, and I know that you are enjoying the episode right now. But however, if you are not a part of the community, How You're Learning High Life Book Club, make sure that you go and join the community. It's a community where we get together every single day, Monday through Friday at 12 o'clock noon, and we read, y'all. We read books that's gonna take us to the next level in our journey. So join the community. Facebook, it's a private group, all right? How You Learning High Life Book Club. And I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Back to the episode.
Okay. None of us are getting out of here alive. We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die. I apologize if maybe I'm just breaking the news to someone for the very first time.
You spilled the beans, Shakey.
I spilled the beans. It's like saying that Santa Claus, okay? It's almost like Santa Claus doesn't exist, okay? But all of us are going to die.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. So, I mean, you know, take me back to, because you said, you know, you were in your 20s, and just hearing your parents have this conversation with this lady in your living room, you know, what is the message that you want to leave with the younger generation that feel like they don't need life insurance, feel like life insurance is for older people? Have you ever heard of that, right? Life insurance is for older people. Like, what is something that you want to, that they should know?
Yeah. I think I just said it, that we all gonna die. We just don't know when.
Yeah.
We don't know when. And, you know, especially with young people, right? Sometimes they're super selfish, okay? Extremely selfish. And listen, I'm a selfish person myself, okay? But I can say for most young people, they really love their parents and they appreciate what their parents have done for them, okay? So if that being the case, would you really want to leave your parents with the burden of having to figure out what to do with your remains if you happen to pass away prematurely?
GoFundMe's,
All of that, right? Mortgaging their house, because there's some people that they have too much pride to even do a GoFundMe, right? And so they'll mortgage their house just to put you in the ground. Is that fair for them to go into debt or max out, you know, a credit card or something like that, all because your butt is 30 something years old and you won't be responsible enough to get you some life insurance that costs maybe $20 a month if you get a term policy?
Absolutely, for sure. And, you know, I think that most people, especially if they don't know anything about life insurance, because, you know, a good percentage of people don't know anything about life insurance, never sat down with a specialist or a matchmaker like yourself to actually get a quote for their specific situation, or even just learn more about it, you know, about the benefits and the perks, because it's not just about, you know, death and, oh, you know, I am going to pass, but how can I utilize this, you know, while I'm still living? And there's so many ways that you can actually utilize it. But I mean, I would love to talk about the money. Can we talk about the money?
Let's talk about the money.
Let's talk about, you know, securing the bag for sure. So, you know, retirement is so important, right? And a lot of times we don't plan for retirement until we get into that retirement, those retirement years, whether it be, you know, 30, 40, 50. And so, you know, for 20-year-olds planning for retirement early, why is it so important that we plan for retirement early?
Oh my gosh. Listen, the earlier you start, the more money you gonna have. You know, you can be like me, you know, flirting with 50, just not trying to figure it out, okay? Because if you wait till you're in your later years, you have to contribute more to it, okay? Let's back up. There's something that you mentioned about how you can utilize life insurance. One of the things that you need to know about life insurance is that it is something that just not regular people like you and I participate in. Corporations, banks, they have a large portion of their assets in life insurance. Listen, there's a reason why. And so I'm going to tell you there's 4 reasons why banks and corporations have their money in life insurance, okay? And if you don't, you can Google it. It's called BOLI and COLI, BOLI and COLI, okay? Now, banks and corporations have their money in life insurance for these 4 reasons. 1, because it's safe, okay? Nobody's ever lost money in life insurance. However, I can tell you last year alone, 4 banks went under. 4 banks went under and 2 were bailed out. Okay. Now, ask me how many life insurance companies that happened to.
How many?
0. 0. Okay. Also, safe. 2. The second one is it's a good rate of return. Listen, if y'all don't understand life insurance has the ability to grow wealth, okay, at above average rates of return, okay, listen, you can earn on average 8 to 12% year over year putting your money inside of life insurance. Those are above average returns. Those are returns that actually outpace inflation, because inflation last year was 8%. Now, if your money is just sitting in a bank, it's losing value every single day because it can't keep up with inflation because you're not earning no money on it. All right. So that's another thing. 2, the rate of return. 3, the tax implications. The money that grows inside of a life insurance policy grows tax-free. It gets transferred tax-free. Okay. Now, if you can't think of what that looks like, let me break it down. Let me bring this into some simpler numbers. Okay. True, you mind if I go here?
Oh, yes, please do.
Okay. Let's go to some simpler numbers. If Bank of America invested in the stock market, they put $1 million in the stock market, right? All right, cool. The stock went up 10%. Okay, that's a good return on a stock, 10% in 1 year. Okay, so they decided to sell. Okay, they decided to sell all their shares. So now they have a 10% return. Okay, now what happens when you sell a stock in the stock market?
What happens?
Okay, what happens when you sell a stock in the stock market is you have to pay taxes on it. You have to pay capital gains taxes. Okay, now if Bank of America is sitting at a 30% tax bracket, okay, that 10% return on that $1 million is $100,000. All right, so they just earned $100,000, but you got to pay taxes on that $100,000 at 30%. That's now $30,000. Do you think that Bank of America is in business to give Uncle Sam $30,000? No, they're not. They don't want to give Uncle Sam $30,000. This is the reason why they grow their money in life insurance, because when that same index hits at 10%, instead of it coming from the stock market, it's now sitting in a life insurance policy. Because it's in a life insurance policy, they get to keep all that $100,000 because they don't have to pay taxes on those gains. That's another reason. Okay. So we talked about safety. We talked about rate of return. We talked about taxes. And the last thing is liquidity. Y'all, they have access to their money. They have access to their money. Listen, there's a lot of people that have talk about, oh, I should get an IRA. Oh, I should get a 401k. You know, you young people, you asked the question about young people. You know, their parents are telling them, make sure when you get on that job, make sure you get that 401k. Let me tell you about your 401k. No, never mind. Let me stay on course because you asked me a specific question.
That is, so powerful on what you just said. The 4 main things, the 4 benefits that you have when it comes to life insurance is, you mentioned that it's safe, that you're not losing money within your life insurance. You mentioned about the interest rate, right? Or the interest that you gain. And then you mentioned about taxes. A lot of the times we're looking for ways to minimize our taxes, to save, right? And then you also, mentioned liquidity. Those are 4 valuable points. And, for the ones that don't know, Walt Disney actually funded, Disney with his life insurance policy. McDonald's was funded, with life insurance. So to your point, big corporations, they use life insurance all the time. And, there's 3 entities. You have one, the consumer, right? You have the banks, and then you have the insurance companies. And we are a lot of the times programmed to go directly to the bank, right? To that middle person. But the banks, they're going to go to the source, baby. So, we are talking about today, how can you get to the source? What's the source? And how can you actually get to the source? And some of the benefits of getting to the source and not being, that third person or going to the middleman. We could cut that middleman out and we can really start building wealth for our family and, for our businesses and really start leaving a legacy behind. So, what you just said was right on point. Absolutely. So, there's a lot that comes with building wealth as well. And, you read a lot, right? You mentioned The Alchemist, and mindset is definitely, a huge deal. I think before you get into any business or do anything, mindset comes before anything, because if you don't have the proper mindset, then how are you going to, get through the difficult times when they do come? How are you going to, approach certain things? So I have to ask about mindset, because I know that you are heavy on mindset. So, when people are purchasing life insurance or even, retirement, just thinking about securing the bag, is it just securing the bag, or where should your mindset be?
Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy, Mr. Highlight Films. I know you're enjoying this episode, but I just wanted to pause for the calls real quick and let you know that this episode is brought to you by Highlight Films and Photography, the #1 real estate photography company here in Jacksonville, Florida, where we specialize in listing photos, investment photos, 3D virtual tours, aerial photos, and everything real estate content creation related. So if you're a realtor, you're a broker, you're a course creator, or you just need some more content to get you some more clients, hey, this is the place to be. You can check out some of our work at www.ComeJoinTheHighLife.com. Come join the high life. Now back to this episode.
Man, your mindset should be securing the bag, keeping the bag, leveraging the bag. What we gonna like? How do I carry this bag?
I carry it.
Who all get access to the bag? Listen, it's it's a lot with this bag, okay? But I really do want to talk about mindset, because that's all part of one of the things that I didn't mention about myself, or I did. I said I help people find their perfect sir through stocks, insurance, and real estate, right? And so I'm the creator of the Perfect Sir method to wealth building. And part of the Perfect Sir method to wealth building, you have to deal with the mindset. I need to know, who do you want to be? Who do you want to be? Like, that's super important when we're sitting down and we're talking about money. Because I need to know, like, literally, where are you at? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? What do you want to have? Like, those three things, I sit down with my clients in detail, and I work this whole plan out for them, because we know that it's not a one size fits all. But what makes this really important, if ever a time my client gets off kilter, okay, their mind isn't right, they're in a place of lack or something like that, okay, I can always take them back to their plan and say, okay, well, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, this is what you said this is who you said you want to be. This is what you said you want to do. This is what you said you want to have. However, your actions indicate something different. So is this what you really want to do, be, and have? It is? Oh, okay. So let's get back on track.
Yeah.
Let's get back on track. And so, having that mindset of knowing where you really want to go. And I know there's a lot of, cliches about your why, knowing your why and stuff like that, but it's so important. It gets your mind right. And it gets you to the point of believing you really can have what you say.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And, mentioning that why is so important, because a lot of the times we're just doing things, if you don't know why you want to do it, then there's going to be whenever you get into a difficult time, then that's where, discouragement comes in. But if you remember why, if you remember, the goals that you're setting, then you're able to really push through those times. So, setting goals, talking about setting goals, goals are important. Do you think that, we should be setting focusing on the long term, the midterm, the short term? Like, how do you feel about goals just in general?
I think you should focus on all of them. All of them, short term, midterm, long term. All of them are extremely important, because you got to have small wins, right? You got to have some small wins, because
celebrate your small wins.
Do I celebrate I don't. I don't. Here's the reason why. I did that one time and it bit me in the butt. This is the reason why it bit me in the butt, is because and I talked to, at one point I had a mindset coach, and she was bomb. And I was like super excited, sharing with her. When I tell you super excited, it was like I was like jumping out of my seat, like, oh my God, I can't believe this. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, right? And because something really big happened. And she didn't seem as excited. And it was like, okay. But then she sent me something and I read it. And I'm going to summarize it for you. Basically, when we get to this point where we're so excited and we're just like, oh my God, I can't believe it. It's saying the universe, like, this was a hiccup. It never was supposed to happen in the first place. Versus taking it as, this is what was supposed to happen. I'm not shocked. Like, I'm not like, oh my God, I can't believe it. That right there shifted some things for me. It shifted some things in my business. It shifted things in the way I built my team. It shifted the things of my clientele, all of that, because now remember, I have my be, do, have. I know exactly who I want to be. And the person who I know that I am or becoming would never be surprised about that. Matter of fact, that person is my neighbor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I look at it.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what? You really made a point right there when you say, I used to celebrate my small wins, but now, this is supposed to happen. So, I'm not going to celebrate the small wins. And I think that, that's good as well. That's great, actually, because you're focused on the bigger picture. It's not just about, the small wins. You're focused on the big wins and what's to come. And so, as we work on our goals, as we become who we desire to be, things that happen that's great, it's not a surprise. It's more so of, that was supposed to happen, and how can I make that happen more? How can I duplicate that process?
Yeah.
Is it the system that I'm using? Mm-hmm.
Right. And if I could say this, because this is really important, because many of us just have our goals inside of our head. You got to write down the goals.
Got to write it down.
Pen, pad. You know what I'm saying? Like, write it down.
So how do you feel about vision boards?
I'm not that person.
Okay.
I'm just not that person. You know what I don't like about vision boards? Because typically we're cutting out people that and we're trying to visualize ourselves in them. Like, no, I don't like that. I believe in a vision journal. Like, writing down in my own words. I also believe in a vision. This is an exercise that I did with one of my networking groups. What we did is we have a WhatsApp group. And what we do is every single day, they actually do a topic and they say something like, hey, I walked into the office of, let's just say, Oprah Winfrey. Okay. And then everybody has to do a voice recording of themselves saying, hey, you guys, I just walked into the office of Oprah Winfrey and I pitched my deal to her. And she's actually bought my plan. This is going to fund my company. I have now 100+ employees, da, 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 da. You are actually saying on a voice recording what it is that you did. Okay. And you feel it all in your body, actually saying that you closed this deal with this person of influence and stuff like that. I believe in something like that, but I don't feel like a vision board gets to my bones. It doesn't get in my soul.
You know what? That is inspiring, actually, because when you do come across that moment, you know exactly, you know, what to say in regards to your pitch, you know, how you want to say it, you know, how you want to react. It's like you're manifesting your future self on
Yes.
where you want to be. You know, it's a lot of vision. You know, I had to ask about the vision board because there's a lot of vision board events. You know, now is that time, right? We're coming at the end of the year. People make their, you know, New Year's resolution and all of that good stuff. And, you know, it becomes a lifestyle, though. It becomes a lifestyle, and you marking off, you know, your goals that you want to accomplish that month, the goals that you want to actually, you know, if we break it down, the goals that you want to accomplish every day, every week, every month, right? You're breaking that down every quarter. And so once you're able to do that, it literally becomes a lifestyle. Then you look back and say, goodness gracious, I accomplished all of this in this amount of time.
Those goals also allow you to create a discipline. So if you have many goals, in order to meet those goals, you have to create a discipline. I was sharing with somebody the other day that because I've created such a discipline around, you know, how I eat and, you know, how my daily routine looks like, I went on a journey to lose weight, and I just wanted to get to 150 pounds. Well, I stood on a scale the other day and I'm 135 pounds. And I'm
hey, let's go.
Like, how did I get here? You know what I'm saying? I wasn't striving to get there, but it was just the discipline got me there. Discipline compounds to keep going. Now mind you, I want to eat a piece of cake. But
how do you feel? Because 135, I mean, I know that you feel fit, you feel good, you know, probably have more energy, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, you know, congratulations we're gonna celebrate that little win right there. Definitely celebrate that. But you made it a lifestyle. You know, it's not just, oh, you know, I want to get here and then that's it. Right.
Right.
People, they get to a certain weight, you know, oh, I want to get to 150, and then you get to 150, then it's like, now what?
Exactly.
You know, so making it a lifestyle, like you just said, man, that is just like so imperative. Mm-hmm. Definitely. I do have to ask, in regards to, you know, debt free. I know we ain't really talked too much about this, but just like kind of, you know, just going back into it, because, you know, we talked about securing the bag. And I think that when you secure the bag, also becoming debt free is a conversation as well. It aligns. So, you know, what are some of the ways? Let's talk about, you know, becoming debt free.
Okay. You know, I'm gonna tread lightly with this one. I'm gonna tread lightly with this one. The reason why I'm gonna tread lightly with this one is because I want people to know that you can use life insurance to pay off debt. Okay. But I want people to know that there are very smart ways to pay off debt. There are, good, better, best. Okay. With everything, there's a good, better, and a best. Okay. Do you want the good way to pay off your debt? Do you want a better way to pay off your debt? Or do you want the best way to pay off your debt? I think that's the way you can look at things. The same way with eating. With anything in your life, I want you to always ask yourself the question, is this good? Is this better? Or is this the best? I'm always looking for the best. I'm always looking for the best. That's the reason why when I fly first class, because I want to sit in the best. I don't want to be back there in 23F. I want to be up there with 3A. Okay. Okay. Because I want the best. Okay. So because of that.
Hey, you guys, it's your lady Tramika, and I know that you are enjoying the episode. But however, why don't you have life insurance? You've been thinking about getting life insurance for how long? You've been putting it off for how long? No worries. I'm going to get you right. Click on the link below, and I am going to run you and your family a free quote so that you can protect your family. You can protect your assets. You can protect your business and what is of value to you. All right. No GoFundMe needed. I am protected. Click on the link below to get your free quote. Back to the episode.
You have to think about how money works and understand how money works. There's some people that are of the school of thought that debt can't help you get out of debt. Well, leverage is the language of the wealthy. So you leverage other people's money for you to get wealthy. You can leverage debt to get out of debt. You have to first understand, what type of debt am I in? If we're talking about home debt, okay, we're talking about an amortized loan, okay, versus how does a simple loan work? If I can get out of my amortized situation by converting that into a simple interest loan, I'm leveraging one debt for another. I'm exchanging the debt. Now, also, you want to think about this. Why do I want to pay off my house? Why do I want to pay off my car? Why do I want to pay off my credit card? For what purpose? What are you doing this for? Are you just doing this so you can get a gold star from Dave Ramsey? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing this for? It's just to check mark off, right? But in order for you to be able to leverage and get into other tools, you're going to have to be able to make your money stretch further. Why would I want to use my own money? If I had $1 million, I still would not go and purchase a house for $250,000 in cash. Why?
Gotta leverage.
You gotta leverage. Them people gonna get 20%. That's what they gonna get.
That's it. I know.
And we gonna pay the little note that's due. Okay? Because what happens is I need to use the interest anyway as to lower my taxable income. We can have a whole conversation about this. Yeah. I think we just got into this too, because there's a lot to be discussed about this. For sure. Absolutely. But I want people to know, though, to cut this short, though, to taking the conversation back to life insurance. What I want people to understand is you can use life insurance for more than just using it to, as a means of when you pass away, your people could bury you or, leave a legacy behind. But all we're saying, or all we're talking about today is that life insurance can be used to could be a retirement tool for you, but it can also be a tool to help you get out of debt. It could also be a tool to help you leverage. It could be a tool to help you get into the real estate market. Think about this. Remember, I help you with your perfect start, stocks, insurance, real estate. But think about this. You don't necessarily have to be a fix and flipper. Because maybe there's some people like, I don't want to deal with contractors. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. Okay. And then some people are buy and hold. Well, I don't want to be a landlord. So I don't want to do a buy and hold, which you buy the property, you hold it and rent it out. Okay. But how about you get into the real estate market as a lender? Because listen, every single person that buys a house, they need money. Why can't you be the lender?
You know what? That's so profound.
Your life insurance policy allows you to be the lender.
Absolutely. And you know what? A lot of people actually don't look at life insurance like that at all. Like, okay, we talk about infinite banking. We talk about being your own bank, right? And how you can use life insurance for real estate, for different business ventures, right? But you can use life insurance to be the lender, y'all. So if you don't know, now you know.
Exactly.
This has been just, a wealth of information. Thank you so much, Shakey, for being on the episode today and giving out so much knowledge. And so high life is a state of mind of abundance. All right. And so high life stands for hustler, innovator, gifted, and honorable. We are high on love, we high on impact, we're high on faith, and we are high on energy. Which one of those resonates with you the most?
Energy.
Energy. Yes.
Energy.
Why?
I am just so full of energy. Listen, the more energy you have, the more money you can make.
You about to speak that.
Listen, I tell my agents all the time, like, y'all, money does not attract anything that's dead.
Yes.
It just doesn't. If you have a lot of energy, money is going to come to you. 100%. Look at all the wealthy people. Look at their energy. They're always moving. Energy is always moving. Energy isn't you being an extrovert. That's not what energy means. Energy is the passion behind something, the aliveness, the being quick about moving and executing. So it's the energy for me.
I know that's right. I couldn't agree more. Yes. Please tell everybody where they can find you at. Where can they find you?
Well, I am on all social media platforms at Auntie Shakey, AUNTY SHAKEY on all platforms, including YouTube. Y'all, I'm about to blow up YouTube. About to blow it up. But yes.
Yes. So make sure that you follow Auntie Shakey. So if you have any questions, and we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna wrap it up. And this has been another great episode of Come Join the High Life podcast. And please don't forget to put some respect on your mind. Hey.
Especially some stuff that they can just kind of think about and, you know what I'm saying, and chew on, for sure. That's always the goal, to be able to educate. Like, when you talk about investing in yourself and getting into certain rooms and stuff like that, I tell people all the time, I literally don't mind buying my friends. I'm going to buy my friends, and I'm going to buy my networks. Doug Andrew is a multi-millionaire. So how much do you want for me to have your number in my phone?
Absolutely.
That's how much you need? Okay, you got it. I'm going to go to Utah, spend a couple of days with him. We just gonna chop it up. I did an interview with him. It's on my YouTube channel right now. Sat down with him back in June. The interview was probably about 45 minutes, but we chopped it up. It's 30 minutes long. Just me and him. Just chatting it up.
And you just said something. You said, I don't mind paying for my friends. If you're a multimillionaire, you're a billionaire, how much is it gonna cost for me to have your number in my phone, and for me to call you up and ask you some profound questions so that I can continue to elevate in my life?
Absolutely. So, the power of being kind of in association with certain people allows your income to get greater. And so, yeah, we'll definitely have to have that conversation again one day, because I don't think people understand the power